In the tumultuous landscape of American history, the issue of segregation in the high school system stands out as a significant chapter that has left an indelible mark on the nation. The dynamics of segregation in American high schools were shaped by a complex interplay of historical, social, and legal factors. Understanding how segregation operated within the American high school system necessitates an exploration of its historical roots, the mechanisms through which it was implemented, and the profound impact it had on the individuals and communities it affected. Segregation in the American high school system can be traced back to the era of Reconstruction following the Civil War. The Supreme Court's ruling in Plessy v. Ferguson in 1896, which upheld the constitutionality of racial segregation under the separate but equal doctrine, provided a legal framework for the segregation of public facilities, including schools. Consequently, the high school system became a microcosm of the broader societal segregation, reflecting and reinforcing the racial divisions entrenched in American society. The implementation of segregation within the high school system was a multifaceted process that encompassed various dimensions. One of the primary mechanisms was the establishment of separate high schools for white and African American students. These segregated schools were often characterized by profound disparities in funding, resources, and educational opportunities, perpetuating the disparities between the white and African American communities. The allocation of resources favored white schools, which received more funding, better facilities, and access to higher quality educational materials, while African American schools remained under-resourced and overcrowded, symbolizing the systemic injustice inherent in the segregated high school system. Furthermore, the enforcement of segregation extended beyond the physical infrastructure of schools. Intangible barriers, such as discriminatory admission policies and the imposition of racial quotas, served to perpetuate the divide between white and African American students. Despite the landmark ruling in Brown v. Board of Education in 1954, which declared racial segregation in public schools unconstitutional, the implementation of desegregation measures faced substantial resistance in many parts of the country. This resistance took various forms, including the use of violence, intimidation, and legal maneuvering to impede the integration of high schools, creating a climate of fear and uncertainty for those advocating for desegregation. The impact of segregation within the American high school system reverberated deeply within the affected communities and individuals. For African American students, attending segregated high schools meant being confronted with the stark reality of systemic inequality and limited opportunities. The lack of access to quality education perpetuated cycles of poverty and limited social mobility, contributing to the perpetuation of entrenched racial disparities. Conversely, for white students, the segregated high school system reinforced notions of racial superiority and entitlement, perpetuating a damaging ideology that would have lasting implications on American society. The profound implications of segregation within the American high school system extended beyond the immediate educational sphere, shaping the collective consciousness and identity of the nation. The struggle for desegregation became a focal point of the civil rights movement, serving as a catalyst for social and legislative change. The courageous efforts of individuals such as the Little Rock Nine, who braved violent opposition to integrate Central High School in Arkansas, exemplified the resilience and determination of those who sought to dismantle the barriers of segregation. The legacy of this tumultuous period continues to resonate today, serving as a poignant reminder of the enduring struggle for equality and justice. In conclusion, the operation of segregation within the American H